Delightful Shahed cheese Danish, Shahed 007. This delightful Shahed cheese Danish features a buttery, tender dough wrapped around a luscious blend of feta and ricotta cheeses. Finished with a drizzle of blueberry jam, it strikes the perfect harmony of savory and sweet, making it an irresistible treat for your morning or afternoon tea. This cheese Danish is my beloved Saturday morning tradition. Featuring a luscious blend of feta and ricotta wrapped in a buttery crust, it pairs perfectly with my morning coffee. Each bite is a cozy weekend ritual, adding warmth and flavor to my favorite day of the week. You'll need all-purpose flour. Serves as the foundation of the Danish. If you're out of it, bread flour is a suitable substitute, though it may create a slightly chewier texture. Butter contributes to the richness and flakiness. If necessary, you can substitute with margarine or shortening, though this may slightly alter the flavor and texture. Sugar adds a hint of sweetness to the dough. If regular sugar isn't available, powdered or raw sugar can be used as alternatives. Salt boosts the flavor. Skip if using salted butter. Egg adds structure and moisture. If you're out of eggs, you can use applesauce or mashed bananas as binding substitutes. Active dry yeast supports the dough's rise. Instant yeast can be used as a direct substitute, though the rise time might differ slightly. Water activates the yeast and blends the ingredients. Make sure it's lukewarm for optimal yeast activation. Feta cheese provides a tangy flavor. If feta isn't available, substitute with goat cheese or another crumbly cheese. Ricotta cheese contributes a creamy texture. Cottage cheese, well drained, can serve as a close alternative. Blueberry jam provides a sweet contrast to the cheese. Feel free to substitute with raspberry, strawberry, or your favorite jam. Egg, for brushing, gives the Danish a shiny, glossy finish. Milk or heavy cream can create a similar effect, though with less shine. Ingredients: dough, 2/3 cup water, lukewarm, 1 tablespoon sugar, 1 teaspoon active dry yeast, 1 egg, 1/2 cup butter, melted, 2 cups all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt. Filling: 1 cup feta cheese, shredded, 1 cup ricotta cheese. Other: 4 tablespoon blueberry jam, optional. 1 egg, for brushing. Storage: to store your cheese Danishes, place them in an airtight container and keep them at room temperature for up to 2 days. For longer freshness, refrigerate them, where they'll stay good for up to a week. If you want to store them even longer, these Danishes freeze beautifully. Wrap each one individually in plastic wrap, then place them in a zip-top freezer bag. They can be frozen for up to 3 months. When you're ready to enjoy, simply thaw at room temperature or warm them in the oven for a freshly baked experience. And, of course, pairing with a steaming cup of coffee is always a great idea. How to make this delightful Shahed cheese Danish? Begin by mixing water, sugar, and yeast, allowing the mixture to bubble. Then, combine the egg with melted butter, and mix with flour and salt in a stand mixer. Gradually add the yeast mixture until a soft dough forms. Once the dough has risen, prepare a savory filling by blending feta and ricotta cheeses. Divide the dough into pieces, flatten each one, and add the cheese mixture. Shape them with slits around the edges for a distinctive presentation. After a short rise, brush each Danish with an egg wash and add a dollop of blueberry jam in the center. Bake until golden brown, and enjoy a delightful morning treat. Tips: dough consistency is key. Ensure the dough is soft but not sticky. If it's too wet, add a bit more flour. If too dry, a splash more water will help. This will keep your Danish flaky, not dense. Choose quality cheese. Opt for high-quality feta and ricotta cheeses. The better the cheese, the richer and more flavorful your Danish will be. Get creative with fillings, While blueberry jam is a classic, feel free to experiment with other flavors like raspberry, apricot, or even a hint of lemon zest for a fresh twist. Egg wash for a beautiful finish. Don't skip the egg wash, it gives the Danish a gorgeous golden color and a glossy shine. Keep an eye on the oven. Oven temperatures can vary, so start checking your Danish a few minutes before the suggested baking time. They should be golden brown with a slight firmness when lightly pressed. Instructions. In a small bowl, combine the water, sugar, and yeast. Let it sit until the yeast begins to bubble. In another small bowl, whisk together the egg and melted butter. In the bowl of your mixer, combine the flour and salt. Add the egg and butter mixture, followed by the yeast mixture. Using the paddle attachment, mix everything together until fully incorporated. The dough will be soft. Transfer the dough to an oiled bowl, and rub some of the oil over the dough. Cover and let it rise in a warm place until it doubles in size. Meanwhile, combine the ricotta and feta cheeses in a bowl. Once the dough has risen, divide it into 4 equal pieces and roll each into a ball. Flatten each ball to about 4 inches in diameter. Place a quarter of the cheese mixture in the center of each piece. Fold the sides of the dough over the cheese to fully enclose it, then flatten the dough back to about 4 inches in diameter. Using a knife, cut the dough around the edges, leaving about 1 inch in the center. Make approximately 12 slits all the way around. Repeat with the remaining dough and filling. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Allow the pastries to rise for an additional 30 minutes. Brush the pastries with egg wash and place a tablespoon of blueberry jam in the center of each one. Bake for about 45 minutes, or until golden brown. Notes: make sure the yeast bubbles during preparation to ensure a perfect rise. For a stronger berry flavor, feel free to add more blueberry jam or try experimenting with different jams. Let the Danish cool slightly before serving to allow the flavors to meld. Nutrition information. 1 serving. Calories, 739 kilocalories, 37%. Carbohydrates, 68 g, 23%. Protein, 22 g, 44%. Fat, 42 g, 65%. Saturated fat, 26 g, 163%. Cholesterol, 208 milligrams, 69%. Sodium, 805 milligrams, 35%. Potassium, 210 milligrams, 6%. Fiber, 2 g, 8%. Sugar, 15 g, 17%. Vitamin A, 1260 IU, 25%. Vitamin C, 2 milligrams, 2%. Calcium, 345 milligrams, 35%. Iron, 4 milligrams, 22%. Please subscribe to my channel. Channel name, Khalid Zubair. Thank you.